Hello.
Hey, Michelle.
Hey, how's it going?
Pretty good. How you doing?
I am good. I'm crazy. There's paper everywhere on my desk.
Looks like
It's
you lightened your hair
it's just me being outside all the time.
out in the sun.
Yep, yep. I know. It's all kind of crazy. Oh my goodness. I probably need to catch up with you again, maybe at the towards the end of the week, go over like actual the budget and some other things just to see where we are in a couple places.
Okay,
Um, so if that's good with
Hello,
you.
hello. Can you guys hear me?
sounds good. Hi, Sasha.
Sasha,
You
hi.
cannot hear me or see me.
I
We
can't
can-
see you,
we
but I
can't
can hear
see
you.
You see me, but you can't hear me.
No, the opposite.
We can't see you.
Looks like you're muted.
Mute me. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
I can't hear you.
Hmm.
Let's see. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Oh, yippee. Okay, so you can hear me, but you can't see me. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, let's see if I can figure that part out. Maybe integrated webcam. There we go. Not a very beautiful color, but it is there. Thanks.
Hi, Sasha.
Jill, how are you? Good to
I'm
see
good.
you.
How you doing?
I'm good. You're looking really good. You look like a beach woman, or at least as if you go often and have fun.
I do try to do that,
That's so great.
but it's been crazy too. So yeah, it's all good. It's all working out really well.
Yeah, I like your hair color too.
Well, thanks. That's what Kara says. Lighter. It's very much lighter.
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty.
Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Hi, John.
Hi. No one ever comments on my hair color.
John, your hair color looks fabulous.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
I'm hoping there's Kara. Yippee! I just sent a text to Kara and Julie saying, if you can possibly make it, it would be great. So we have a quorum. And it looks like Kara's there. Kara, can you hear us?
I can hear you.
Yippee! Glad. Thank you for being here.
Yeah, I need to just go run and grab pen and paper. I'll be right back.
Okie doke.
Matt, are you there?
I'm here. Hello.
Hey.
Hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Hey, Matt. Oh, shoot.
There we go.
I haven't talked to you in a while, Matt. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing okay. Just busy.
Matt just had a birthday and he's getting married.
Yeah.
No, congratulations.
I just had a birthday / bachelor party weekend in New Orleans. So I'm still
Oh my God.
Very nice. Congratulations, Matt.
it was fun. Thank you very much. Yeah, I get married in April. So coming right up.
In
So
April. Oh my
exciting.
gosh.
Yeah.
Gonna miss Art Fest
I
again.
will be in I'll be in Paris.
Yeah.
Did you do this on purpose, Matt, to be gone or not, Chris?
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
kidding.
it's actually to make up for a trip that we didn't get to take when we were supposed to get engaged in Paris back in May of 2020. We had tickets to Paris, but of course weren't able to go then. No one was able to travel in May of 2020, right? So
Great.
yeah, we were actually going to get married in the fall and have like a wedding, but then we started looking at the cost of having a wedding, and we said, we're going to do something really small and intimate and then just go on a honeymoon. So,
Yeah, smart man.
yeah.
Yeah. I think it's going to be really fun. I'm thinking about you. I think you're going to have a great time. I got to send you places to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good, good, good. Well, so what date are you going again?
We fly the 24th And we come back we get in like at midnight on May 5th. So we'll be in Paris for pretty much the bulk of the trip, and then we'll be in Copenhagen for like we basically have one day at the end of the trip to explore Copenhagen. I'm having to get to Paris via Copenhagen. It's this weird thing because I have these airline tickets from Norwegian Airlines back from my trip that got canceled in 2020. So it's kind of a weird way we're getting to Paris, but hey, it works.
Hey, you're going. That's the
I'm
important
going,
part.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
my gosh, flying direct from Austin to Paris was insanely expensive. It was crazy. So I'm glad I was able to figure out this kind of alternate route.
Yeah, that's so great.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and get to use up some of those credits that I have.
Yeah.
Ticket prices are ridiculous right now.
Crazy.
It's like,
Yeah.
really?
Okay.
So I'm not sure let's see. So it is officially time. So I'd like to call the meeting to order at 1:02. And I can see that we are still short on having a quorum, but I think we can proceed and see if Julie will join us. I can try and text her, I think.
Someone just joined on a phone. So.
Someone on a super phone. So maybe that could be Julie or it could be Vicky. I'm not sure.
Do we need 4 for a quorum?
We do.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that we will have that shortly. Yeah. So let's
You
see.
do. There's.
Oh, good, Julie.
Hey, are you at the hospital?
Yeah.
Of course. You
Yeah.
poor woman, working. But that's
Yeah.
glad you're
It's a living.
Yeah, I know. We got to pay for our houses and our food and all those things. Well,
Yeah,
welcome.
capitalism.
I know. So welcome everybody. And I wanted to see if we have any citizen comments first. And I think we have none. And then if we could just take a look at the minutes, or actually, I hope you got a chance to look at them. And let's see if there are any changes that need to be made.
Yeah, I
or-
think John had one, Sasha.
Oh, good. What is it? I'm right here with my piece of paper. John?
On the back page there, under the new change, Sunset Valley meeting date. It's the second Tuesday of the month.
Oh, right you are. Thanks for noticing that.
And here we are.
Yeah, we did it despite that. That's great. Okay, any other changes that we would need to make?
That's the only one I saw.
I'm sorry?
That was the only one I saw.
Okay, anybody else? Any comments on the minutes from last meeting? And so let's, do I have a motion to accept the minutes with the one edit that we will make?
Sure.
Okay.
I move.
Was that you, Julie?
Yeah, that was Julie. Yeah, that was Julie. I move we accept the minutes with John's corrections.
Oh, great. And do we have a second?
I'll second.
All right, Kara, thank you both. And no nays anywhere? Are we in good shape? Okay. Thank you for that. That was easy. So we have, the next thing we need to do is look at our liaison report, and then we'll go from there into ArtFest. And I wanted to officially welcome Michelle, who I'm sure everybody has met, but she is very much working hand in hand with Karen to make ArtFest a possibility. And I thought it might be nice for those of you that haven't had her in meetings in the past to meet her and have an opportunity to ask questions or just learn from Michelle. So shall we hear about the city council liaison report.
Sure, Matt, if you want to pull that up, it's down past the minutes. So as we put the information out last meeting, the council had a retreat and came up with their like pillars of focus. And we would set goals that related to those. So these are what we came up with. It's basically everything we're already working on. And I'm scheduled to give the Arts Commission report to council at the next council meeting on the 21st. So this will be part of what I present about the work that we're doing. And Sasha filled in kind of the where we are on each event, and we, which is the next page. On that doesn't mean that this is the only thing we're doing, but these are the 4 main goals that feed into the council's report and pillars for cultural resources. So this is kind of where we are, and if anybody has any updates to this or changes, let me know, and I'll have to submit it. I think, Matt, tomorrow, is it due?
Thursday morning's fine.
Thursday, okay, because I have some visuals to go with it too.
That's fine.
Cool. And what date did you say you're presenting this to council, Karen?
On the 21st of this month, the next council meeting.
Okay.
A week from today.
Next Tuesday.
Got you. Okay. On 3/24. Boy. Okay.
Busy, busy, busy. If there's any questions, let me know. Otherwise, that's pretty much it for the report.
Yeah. Did everybody get a chance to look at this?
You guys are busy. That's great.
Yeah. Well, I think it was fun and easy because these things are already in process, and most of them are. And so it's for the rest of our year this year, and then we'll have to start thinking about next year when we get closer to that. But first we've got budget and all kinds of things to do. But so I'm not sure that we will need to cover this in number 7. In other words, I'm not sure we'll need to come back to it since we've mentioned it now. And so if anybody has any changes, as Karen said, or suggestions, you would contact Karen directly to ask her to incorporate those or to discuss those with her. Is that what you would like, Karen?
Sure, yeah,
Okay.
works.
All right.
And we can vote on it later.
When? Oh, you
Well,
mean,
unless you want to move number 7 and just
Uh-huh.
have people vote to accept it.
yeah, I think we probably should just go ahead and do that because since we're on it as it is, might as well. So I guess we need to, does anybody need more time to look at it first, or are you all good with where we are on this document? And I'm judging from silence.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I'm good.
Okay, great. All right. So then I guess we need a motion to, or I guess I would ask for a motion to propose these elements or to propose this document for Karen to present to City Council. Anybody want to motion that?
Move to approve.
Okay, that's a good move. Do we have a second? I'll second that. Okay. Anybody opposed? No. Okay, good. Then we have voted on that document, Karen, and we would happily love you to take it to council on the 24th.
The 21st.
Oh, sorry, I wrote down 24th. Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. Well, thank you for doing that structure. It made it a lot easier for the commission to be able to proceed since you had framed it out so nicely. So let's move on then and let's talk about Art Fest. And I thought it might be beneficial. I'll let you, Michelle and Karen, decide how you want to cover this. I just put down some elements that I thought were of importance or interest. So I give you both the floor.
Well, everybody meet Michelle. She is our event producer extraordinaire. This is, I think, what, year 12 or something?
11 or 12.
11 or 12. She does a tremendous job and really has the whole process down to a science. So we're really lucky to have her on board, and take it away, Michelle.
Thanks, Karen. And yeah, I'm sorry because I haven't met Kara. I think I met Kara and Julie, but I know that there's a couple people that I've seen or talked to, but I don't really know very well. But we are in the depths and throes of Art Fest right now. Everything is going well. The vendor registration is phenomenal, I think. I really have a lot to process today, actually. But if everybody that's in one of the buckets on the ZAP system, whether they're waiting to hear back or waiting to be confirmed or waiting to buy the booth or whatever, right now we're up to about 94, 96 vendors as if everybody ends up paying. So even if you shake 3 or 4 of those out, we're going to be about 92. And that's, we're still 2 weeks away from the deadline, which is April 1st.
Wow.
So I'm hoping, my goal is for us to get over 100. That would be great. I will give some social media copy since that got kind of, well, let's just say I'll get some social media copy, Karen, to and Sasha, to you guys for Danielle. And so we can really pump the last 2 weeks of this last day of registration on April 1st. Okay.
Mhm.
And for the food trucks, I've been posting on a lot of the food truck sites and calling a bunch of people that I've just seen, on different sites. We've got about 6 or 7 food vendors right now, a lot of the former ones that we had in the past. But there's a lot of new ones coming on. I got a couple of Instagram instant messaging from a couple yesterday. One is, I believe, is the corn dog truck. So we've got another one there. And I'm just, like I said, I think we'll have probably 10 or 12 by the time we're done, for sure. Everybody's pretty fired up about it. They love seeing those numbers since we've started kind of calculating about how many visitors we have at the event. That really helps. So that's going along just fine. Let's see. I would like to say something about the ZAP platform, because I haven't really talked to you guys about that. And Matt, I know that you are so busy and you have kind of gotten, a little bit more removed since we started with that. This ZAP system that we went online for this year, everyone, is, I think, a really good system. I mean, this is the first year that we have used it. So there's a really big learning curve, not only for myself and, the people at the city using it just to get a feel for it. But it's really phenomenal. We've been able to get a lot of vendors this year, spread the word. We've got a lot more people from outlying areas, which has been nice. And there's a lot of questions, don't get me wrong, but like I said, we're all in a learning curve for this. But I'm anxious to get into the next part in April where we start assigning booths and see how that all plots out and everything. There is one issue, Matt, I do need to ask you about with the check remittance program. What ZAP does around the 5th of every month is they send a check remittance for all the monies they've received from these vendors, less the little transaction fee that's charged. And they send the check and they send this remittance report. Unfortunately, the remittance report just gives the day that the monies were accumulated on that day of the month for that month. But if there's any kind of discrepancy, Matt, is that something that Lori will be talking to the ZAP accounting folks about? Or do I need to keep remittance on those every month? Or how do we need to handle this? Because I think there might be a little bit of confusion.
Yeah, I think there's been confusion on who, I guess who is the main point of contact, but there's different points of contact, right? Like, or if they have questions about their actual application and if they're going to be approved. I mean, I think those should go to you, but then I think we need to choose, because I think Barbara's gotten really involved.
Yes.
Yes.
But I'd rather have Lori, since Lori deals, well, I don't know. I've got to talk with my, and like I said, I've been really kind of far removed, but I did learn about that there was kind of a discrepancy and basically saying, well, how do we know who's paid, right? I think is that kind
Right.
of the issue, right? Like, how, because the check is just an amount, but not
Right.
necessarily,
Yes,
who is paid, and you need to be able to know that, right? To say, oh yeah,
right. But I
they
can
paid their
see
people.
that on all the reports that I look up and the same ones
Oh.
that Lori can look up. And
Okay.
this is, I don't mean to interrupt, but this is what I found out from the research I've done so far, Matt, just so you know. I think it would be great if Lori could double check everything and get with Zap if they did have a discrepancy, because I know that what the check amount is total for, but if you go into that, into Zap, which she's been going into, and you go into reports and income breakdown, it will show you a collective report for that month, just for those days in February, of everybody that's been paid. And like, I actually printed one out that I'm going to kind of sync to the check remittance page that I got to see where if I find a discrepancy. But everything is broken out there: how much they paid, what date they paid, how they paid, Visa, PayPal, whatever.
Okay.
So, I mean, all the data is there. She can check it. And if there's a discrepancy, like this month, we did have a $75 discrepancy. So somebody, maybe one got caught not getting in, but I don't know who that is. She would have to,
So Matt, yeah,
Yeah.
Matt, basically, when we set Zap up, we put you and Lori as people authorized to get into the program. But what's happening is Barbara's going through them and getting involved and sending emails to me and to Michelle, when it'd be easier if one of them is the contact. And I think it should be Lori, because she has access to the system and can go in and check them. But it's getting bounced back between Michelle, myself, Lori, and Barbara.
Okay, so Barbara just needs to, when she, and I think it's because Barbara like receives the check, so she's getting involved in that level. She should just needs to give it all to Lori.
I think that would be easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
If she gets the check and the remittance goes to like Matt, to you, and I asked him to add me when all this started happening, and to Lori, then Lori would have everything. And and I've actually emailed Lori a couple times and actually called her, and she said she would let me know if there was anything that she needed or she couldn't figure out. So I just don't want to leave those guys hanging and keep them, locked up on not getting something processed. So.
Got it. Okay, I'll have a conversation with Lori about that.
Okay, and just let me know what I can do, or if we all need to jump on, if I need to jump on a call with her and Lori and Zap or something, whatever we need to do to make that happen is great with me.
Got it.
Okay. So for the marketing, advertising, PR part of the festival, the TCA grants will be approved tomorrow. So Danielle should receive, the city, Danielle, I think, should receive the actual TCA email that comes out and said all these bands were approved for TCA grant applications. Once that's done, I have the poster draft being developed right now for the poster. And once we get those official names in and we have the okay, I'll get the posters printed next week and the flyers that we use to start distributing around town. We also get flyers made for those folks that haven't been on the committee before, or on the Arts Commission before. The Sunset Valley Elementary, we do flyers in English and Spanish for them, and we list all the band names as well. And we have the Los Tex Maniacs with a great lineup for that audience. So I'll call Kim or email Kim at the Sunset Valley Elementary and let her know that those are forthcoming, and she'll get those as well. And so we'll get all that lined up. I'll send out a media alert I have pretty much ready to go for the band announcement lineup. And I do want to do that till next week anyway, because South by is going on and it's crazy right now. It's too nuts. Many
Michelle,
people are
can I
only
ask-
South by.
Michelle, may I
Yeah.
ask something?
Yeah.
I'm so excited about Los Tex Maniacs, especially with Flacco and Augie Myers on. Can we put their names as well? How do we, is that
Yes,
one long
I am.
line?
Yeah, I am
You
going to put their
include
names
the
on there
two of
because it's a
them.
really unique show. This doesn't happen very often. They're not together all the time.
Mhm.
But yeah, I am putting that on everything that I do, and I'll put it on the posters as well.
Oh, great, because I
Yeah.
think we really need to feature those two guys.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. And just so y'all know, with the band, jump around a little bit, but with that band, KT, who works with us on the music production, you know, she said that basically Los Tex Maniacs is dropping an album, CD, whatever, the first week in April. So they'll be doing some interviews with another person they're working in coordination with that's kind of going to be singing with them. But she promised that if they do any interviews that first week or so about that they'll try to drop in the fact that they're going to be at Art Fest at the end of the month. So,
Great.
and I'm going to be pushing that along to all the morning shows as well, in case I can get them on one of the morning shows just to do a little set and say they're going to be with us. So, but it's going to be a really big show. They just sold out at Green Hall.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So that,
So it's a different player, but it should be a really popular show. So I'm very excited about that. So that's all getting done. I'll get some posters over to everyone and we'll get those distributed. I always leave posters and flyers at the city for any of you who want to pick them up if you want to distribute them anywhere, or you have a salon or shop or something that you go into that would post it for us or something like that. Those will be readily available to you. The media plan, Susan is working out all the media plan details, and we're looking at the creative. We did update a little bit of the creative last year with the new branding that the city went through, so we have some of that done already. But she and I are working in coordination on how to promote, the music and that kind of thing. All of that starts in April, and community impact this year is coming out at the end of this month and on the 29th in April. So we're probably going to use them for more of a digital buy this year, as opposed to trying to be in the issue this month, because by the people get it on Saturday, the festival will be over maybe by the time they see it. So, so she's got a really good plan. It's very similar to last year. We're doing a lot of digital. We're doing some Spotify. All of the new elements that we incorporated last year will be coming back this year. I think that was strategically really great for us, and we got lots of people there. So, and then the new stage is going to be called the community stage instead of the kids stage. So we're going to be rebranding that. With that, we'll have the open mic segment like we did before, and we'll have the martial arts kids. We'll have Mr. Will. We'll have the two children's performers as we used to do. So, and I'll promote the open mic. I'll put that in some social media stuff that I give to you guys as well, and I'm promoting it in the press stuff that I try to send out. So.
now that's for music as well as like jugglers or magicians or whatever too, right? Or
Yeah,
just
we're gonna have, just so you'll know, we'll have the two music stage lineups, and the community stage has the various community parts to it. And we have the face painters and the balloon guys, the kids balloon guys, and I have them for a little bit longer extended period of time this time, since we changed the time up. So they'll be there for a longer set number of hours this year. We have a photo booth, which is new for us this year, and it's a digital captured photo booth. So it has a lot of social media tie-ins, so that when people come up and take their pictures, they can do links and share on their social media. We also will get an analytics report on after that from the booth company about the people that did use the system and kind of what their demographics are. So I think that's going to be a new thing and good for us this year. So that's a new thing for people to do. We do have the water people coming. We're going to have a hydration area. And what we're going to do is take the EMT area and make a little bit longer tent there and have a cooling off, some chairs and stuff for cooling off. And then we'll have various water tanks from Water Monster, and those will be loaded with water, and people can either use their own cup, or there will be 9-ounce paper cups there if they want to get water either way. And so that way we've at least offered some hydration to them. People will still be selling stuff as far as beverages and teas and Cokes and waters and stuff at the food court options as well. So that's a new thing for us. Lots of new stuff happening. And let's see, the flags, we're going to have the new entryway signs. I don't know if Karen talked to y'all about that, but we're working with Warren, and we've got these big blue truss entryway signs that have our new logo on them. Those will be very attractive. You'll definitely be able to see where to go in. They're like 12 feet tall. You'll be able to see to where to go in the two places by the stage. and by the arch entrance we had before with all the flags. And we'll have clippers there too, as part of our volunteers to try to track the count of people that we have at the event. We're also going to have new this year, you guys. Warren's going to make some kiosks, some kind of wooden square kiosk signs for us to put right when you come in those entryways. And what I'll do, which is again new this year, is we'll put a big map up that shows all the big highlighted areas for the main stage, the stage, hydration, ENT, lost and founds, all of that kind of stuff. And we can do our branding on those. So we'll have that. We'll have the music lineups for the 2 stages. We'll have vendor lineups. We can even put the vendors by information by QR code. So we'll have a lot of really great data and branding that we can do on those 4 sides. We'll have 1 at each entrance. So that's going to be new. T-shirts are ordered. We have new caps coming this year, and they're going to look great. Our caps were really popular in the past when we did sell them. And we have Sunset Valley on the front with the sun rays and Art Fest on the back. And those are being produced right now. So we'll be able to have merch to sell, T-shirts and caps, and any of the old shirts that we had, the vintage shirts from before. So there's a little income coming in that way. I did get a few more potties and a few more hand washing stations and this year than we did last year, because Sunset Valley, Farmers Market is going to be moving over a little bit towards more of the entrance off 290 to that parking area. So they'll have their own bathrooms, but I got us a couple more to spread out so that because with that many people, we just needed a couple more. So that's all taken care of. Parking is set to go. I do need to work with the parking people and give Chief Carter the traffic flow plan with the new setup, the way we're going to do it with the farmers market this year. And he's usually pretty great with all of that. So that's forthcoming to him. And then we've got 2 security guards, hired. We've got 2 golf carts. We've got an attendant that's going to help us with one of those. Adventure Bill is going to be there. I think y'all heard that probably from Karen. Let's see, volunteers, we need lots of volunteers. And I just gave Karen a list of the time slotted openings that we have for volunteers. If you know anybody can get that out anyhow, we really, really need, those are very, very helpful last year. Let's see. And Matt, you said, I saw this on the minutes a few minutes ago, but the formal city permit from Sunset Valley is done. All that's taken care of, right?
Oh, the special use permit? No, I just saw that, reminded me. So I will get that on the, we'll
Okay.
get that on the, I always think it's so funny that we do that.
I know.
don't
And
even really
then
think
I think about it too.
And honestly, really, we should just approve it. We should just issue that permit. Karen, this is like when we approve the budget, honestly, we should just issue the permit then. But it is a formality. But yeah, we'll get that on next Tuesday's agenda.
Okay, that sounds great.
And I'll just reuse the backup from last year and change. Well, actually, will you send me an updated map? Because the map is different from last year. That's really the
similar, Matt. It's going to be pretty similar. The only difference is where COVID tent was, that's where the farmers market will be.
market. Okay. Yeah, if you'll just
Okay. I'll get with Karen. We can relabel that.
I'll send it to you.
Yeah.
And we're moving the food court over onto that street on Robert Horgan, Sergeant Robert Horgan on that street. So we have a little bit more room for the extra vendors we're going to have, hopefully. But Snapology is coming back, all of those folks that we've worked in the past are coming back. I heard the electrical board is fixed. So for the food people that do need to use electricity, we have a lot of outlets there, correct?
Correct.
Somebody.
That project.
Yeah.
Has that been set live yet by Austin Energy, Matt?
I
I know it was on the
I-
schedule.
don't know. I'll go with Dakota on that. Let me write that down.
Okay.
Would one of you guys
I
mind?
think it's already live. I think it's live, but don't quote me. I'll get-
Okay.
Would one of you guys mind telling me after that's done? How many outlets we have, what type of outlets we have still on that board, if anything changed? Because I need to look at that for some of these food vendors, like the barbecue guy wants to come back again this year, but I told him he has to use electricity. He cannot use that generator he had. We'll put him across the street, but I really wanted him to try to use, and I need to tell him how many feet of cord to get for some of these people who may need to use the electricity there. And
Okay,
it's
so we
only
need to
the
know
food
if it's
people that will
live.
use that.
We need to know if it's live and how many outlets and what type.
Yeah,
And we're only letting the food people use those. And Sunset Valley will be dealing with all their stuff on the other side of the park.
the farmer's market, you mean?
I mean, the farmer's market.
Uh-huh.
And I think, that's pretty much it. I mean, I'm just, it's just, we're in Sunset Valley Art Fest time. It's just, there's a lot going on. So
Yeah, lots
it's all-
going on. I'll be
lots going
working,
on.
Danielle, put the volunteer form, people be able to sign up online. And she's got all the times, separated out, into different slots. Michelle sent the, update on the times over and I sent that to Danielle. She's out this week. Is she out the whole week, Matt?
She'll be back on Friday.
Okay.
Out
So,
today, tomorrow, and Thursday.
I'll work with her on updating that form and also getting it ready to put out on the city's website and eye contact to our residents to sign up for volunteer space. Miguel's gonna do the photography again. And we're still short. We're missing $1,000. Our goal was 5,000 on sponsorship. We got 4,000. We still need either two $500 sponsors or a sponsor at 1,000 or more. So if you know of anybody, please reach out. We thought we had the shopping center, but they haven't responded yet. Danielle's been following up with them. And follow up.
Danielle wanted me to kind of close the loop on that, so I'm gonna. I totally forgot she asked me to do that, so I'm gonna email Cindy, kind of try one last time to get her to commit. So the name was art. So
She said she got approved for sponsorship, but
but
hadn't
never.
decided what level.
Okay, well, I mean, anything would be great. I mean, either
Yeah,
500
yeah.
or
Yeah,
1,000.
yeah.
Okay,
Even if they could get $500, I mean, everything is helping at this point.
I'll shoot her an email.
Okay, thanks, Matt.
Great.
Thanks, Matt.
Hey, Michelle and Karen, just a bang up job with so many vendors and very exciting this year and lots of new innovative changes. So amazing, good work. Thank
Well,
you.
thank you. It's interesting with this new plan. I'm sorry to interrupt. With this new plan, we have, I mean, I've still got to go look and see who some of our other vendors are that haven't applied. They're waiting to the last minute, which some of them do. But we have so many new vendors this year. It's amazing. It's amazing.
That
That's
is.
great.
So
I guess my
sorry.
one comment about Zap, and this is just from what I've heard from phone calls people have received, or
Mhm.
the city's received, is that, not everyone likes change, especially I think some of our older vendors, switching from like where they could just drop off a
Right.
piece of paper at City Hall versus having to, it's not only the application, but they have to register with Zap, right? But
Right.
once they're registered, then next year it should be much easier to apply.
Yes.
Because it's they just need to get registered with Zap. So I think, I think there was some, difficulty surrounding that, but overall it sounds like the benefits of Zap far outweigh the few minor hiccups that we might have had. So.
Yeah, once a artist or a vendor sets up their account in Zap, they can apply to any art show that Zap promotes, not just Art Fest, and they only have to set up an account once. And most of the problem that our vendors had, some of our vendors had, was with loading their photographs and getting them the right size to load.
Yeah.
So what I did tell Barbara and Melissa at City Hall is, if anyone comes in and has a problem with that, just to send them to me, because I actually had one vendor come to my house and I did all her photographs for her and got it uploaded for her. So I can help people with that if that's a problem, but we haven't had any more problems with that since those one or two people.
Great.
I think too, in learning process again, I think when we do the application form next year and when I send out the, hi, you can register now, I think a better step 1, step 2, step 3 from us would be maybe make it easier, because when I reply back now, I say, first you have to set up a free account, then you go in and apply. Then this is what, kind of just step 1, step 2 to tell them what happened, and then they kind of get it. So,
Yeah.
but it's good overall.
So, I'm sorry.
No, that's all I have for now. What
I
questions? Any questions?
Well, I had a question because, Kara is in charge of our Facebook publicity for our commission or for the arts. And so I wanted to know if there's anything that you have that you are going to be posting, or is there anything that you could provide to her so that she can do some postings or some kind of a schedule for postings? Or does
Yes.
that all fall into the whole discussion about media and publicity?
No, actually, between Danielle and Kara, I mean, if you're going to be doing that, I don't have the capability to post anymore. I can tell you the items we need to focus on and kind of, the upcoming big points. If you want to do any of that, or if you need me to help write copy, I can do that too. But if I give you the bullet items that we really need to be pushing, and you have the logos and stuff, is that all you need? Just tell me what you need, and I'll get it to you.
I don't have anything. The more information and stuff like
Okay.
if you can write the copy, I'm awful with copy for like Instagram stuff. Terrible. So I don't have any pictures. I don't know what to push. So
Okay.
yeah, whatever you can give me, and if I need to fill in anything, just let me know what I'm supposed to fill in. But yeah.
And Karen, also are you there, Karen?
Yeah.
Okay, we can help Kara with this, right?
Oh, yeah. And I'll make sure you get the logo, Kara. And what we did last year was took turns. Sasha and John mainly wrote copy once we had the artists all signed up and knew what booth they were going to be in, and actually started rotating some stories about the different artists and showing some of their artwork.
Yeah.
So Sasha and John, I don't know if you're up for that again this year, but
Yeah.
I'm happy to, you would send me the copy, I'd attach a photo and then send it for posting. So if we want to set that up again, I'm happy to do that again.
I think it would be good to do that again, because I don't think we should just go, oh, let's let Kara deal with all of this. So if we can do that, it would help a lot. And the other thing that I was going to say is, I guess part of what I was asking Michelle is if there were any kind of existing, or if there will be existing things that we can just feed to Kara and she can post them.
Yeah, we'll have that, like when we update the Facebook page and the call for volunteers, I'll send that to you too, Kara, once I get that done with Danielle.
Yeah, and I'll make all my notes and I'll send them over as well on our copy of whatever content. But a good suggestion on the entertainers, John, since you're so familiar with the Text Maniacs and their guests, do you think maybe you could do a really cool bit about them to really highlight that? Because that's going to be a big deal that people could forward on their social media to a lot of other people.
Yeah. Try to find the name of their new album too, and can include that.
I'll get a bullet list from KT on anything you need to know. I'll ask her to
Okay.
provide that for me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that'd be great.
And then once we get the vendors locked in, I can go in and break it out like we did before, different categories between Sasha and John, and we can start rolling those out in April.
Yeah, and the way that would go is we would just write them and then send them to you, and you'd get the photo and send it to Kara, and then she could just pop it in, right?
Yep.
Okay. And if somebody else wants to write, that's okay too, because I remember John and I were pretty pressed last year to produce the number of copies that we needed to do in a fairly short amount of time. I don't know if you felt that way, John, but I did. So if anybody wants to write anything, they're free to do that. But we could definitely have a schedule and try to achieve it.
Well, I'll try to get as best of summaries as I can on the bands. At least you can maybe take excerpts of that to use as part of the description. And who they are, what's going on. Yeah. As well as the one for List Text Maniacs for everybody, just so that you know who's who, and that will help with a lot of the background research and data, their backstory. So,
and also, sorry, with whatever we do, just to help Kara know what the frequency of publication should be, like, in the first week this many, and the second week that many, etc. Right?
Yeah, I'll put together a schedule.
Oh, great. Okay,
And
that'd be,
Karen, I've got that schedule from last year I found, so I can pull that up and look at it and send it over to you to take a look at.
Oh, awesome. Thanks, Michelle.
And the Tex Maniacs, Michelle, are they part of the TCA we're waiting on,
Mhm.
or they're already signed up?
Are they on part of the TCA grant list?
Yeah,
Is that what
Yes.
are we waiting on them as well for the approval?
Yes, they're on and that's a very big grant for us this year, actually. That was really good. So, we're getting more grant money, twice as much more grant money as we've ever gotten this year compared to other years, and part of it's because of them.
wow.
So,
So I had put on the agenda volunteers needed, but it sounds to me, Karen, like the schedule and all of that and the requirements that we have for volunteers is going to be going on to the website.
yeah, and Danielle will be posting it, and Sasha, I can go over the copy with you once I get it written. Danielle will post that or send it out on eye contact.
Okay, great. So we don't need to really try to address that here because we've got now, or at least Michelle is going to produce or has produced sort of a schedule of what's needed when, and then you and Danielle will be publishing in that, and then we can see where we stand, right?
Yeah, Danielle sent, I think it's called Sign Up Genius.
Uh-huh.
Set that up and just be here's the time slots, here's what it involves, and we'll do a little cover page for it with a link to the sign up sheet.
Okay.
On that note, is there a link, Karen, that once we get that done, that you can send me? Because I'll post it on my social media as well and see if I can get, people that I know that want to volunteer as well.
Oh, sure.
That way we can start sharing it around, Okay.
That's great. Okay. And Michelle, again, great job as usual, but
Yes,
getting
Michelle.
better every year. So thank you. And
No problem.
Karen, is there anything else we need to be thinking about in terms of Art Fest at this point?
I don't think so. It's coming down to it's going to be really busy. Starting probably once the
Next week.
next week. Michelle and I've been really busy anyway. The whole time, but it really starts to ramp up now
Right.
that once the bands get approved, everything starts flowing.
Can
Good.
I
And
throw
I-
something, can I just throw something out? I know it's not budgeted or anything, but year after year, our hardest thing, it seems, is to get volunteers. And I'm just wondering if we couldn't figure out some kind of little gift or, something like that, maybe for volunteers. Can we be maybe thinking about that?
Sure.
A little gift bag, or I don't know how much that new
You get a t-shirt.
CD would cost from Tex Maniacs, but just something that we can entice some new people to see what Art Fest is all about.
Sure.
Yes. That sounds like a good idea. And as Karen mentioned, yes, the t-shirts, that is in my household, that's a big draw. My husband loves our t-shirts. But it is true that it would be great if we could incentivize more. And I think, Kara, you had talked about getting your Girl Scout group to maybe help.
I think that was Julie.
Yeah,
is
well,
it? Oh,
I think
that's
it's
right.
me. Mhm.
Yeah, that's right. Any progress on that, or?
I think that this would I'll put it to my troop. We've got a lot of stuff going on right now. I honestly don't, they're second and third grade girls. I think they want to be helpful, but how helpful they actually are is the question.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're kind of agents of chaos, and so you'd almost have to have like a 1-to-1 adult to Girl Scout ratio to make them at least not, destroy everything. So I'd kind of put a pin in that one for now.
Okay. I just love your sense of humor, Julie. It's fantastic. Agents of chaos. I need to remember.
Agents, okay. That is good. I like that, Julie.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Can they
Okay,
can they pull a little red wagon with drinks and snacks?
Yeah, but where will it go is the question.
Yeah. Or the snacks might be eaten by the time they get there. I don't know.
Yeah.
especially the sugary ones, make them really psyched up.
Everyone,
Okay.
this is a note too about Girl Scouts. I'm glad you said that. The Girl Scouts had contacted us and we agreed to have them come on to have a booth. They're not going to be selling cookies or anything there, but they're going to be there for exposure about Girl Scouts and what it's all about and how you can get involved and that kind of thing. So I'm dealing with the leukemia. Julie, that's we've been talking for a while. They're going to be there.
Lakinia?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think she's fairly new to the Scouts, but yeah, she's gonna be their
Yeah.
communications person. So yeah, I know her. She's great. She follows through.
Oh, good. So we're gonna have a table area for them there as well. Just FYI.
Great.
Cool.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, exciting about Art Fest. And of
Yeah.
course, coming up even before Art Fest, we have our collaborative community art mural. And I'm happy that Vicky is able to join us today. And
Hey,
Michelle,
Vicky.
if you
Hi,
need to
Vicky.
ring off, I want to just thank you again, but you're welcome to stay if you'd like to. Okay.
Thanks. I've got a lot of work to do. I'll just keep working.
All right. Thanks
Okay.
a lot.
Thanks, you guys. I
Michelle.
appreciate it. You bet.
Great report, Michelle.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Sean. I'll see y'all next time. Okay.
Okay.
Okie doke.
Hi.
So Vicky, I'm sorry, I started introducing you and then I got distracted. But anyway, Vicky is here and she's our artist for the Community Collaborative Mural. And we have a number of different things to discuss, but I thought it would be great to have Vicky be with us today to talk with us about how she's doing and logistics and all those kinds of things. And so, Vicky, do you have anything you want to say to this group?
Well, I'm just so excited to be here and be able to talk to you a little bit about the project. And if you have trouble hearing me, I'm actually at Starbucks. So are y'all okay with hearing me?
I can hear you.
Okay, all right. I didn't know if there's a bunch of feedback. But I'm very excited. We've already started all of the, the drawing off and the fine tuning. I mean, the drawing off of the piece and getting the paints mixed up and all of the logistics as far as painting we're working on right now.
Oh, good. And so you got the paints that were ordered?
Well, I have some that I'm working with right now that I'm starting to mix, but I'm going to have more. But the materials that I ordered some of it is used after the piece is already produced, because there's the varnish that costs so much that we have to put on that cures it. It's got to cure for a while. But I have a little bit of the paint to start working on it, but I haven't gotten the other part yet.
Great. Well, I mean, as everybody on the commission knows, the council did approve the first drawing. And so that's what Vicky's working on. And we need, I guess, to talk a little bit about the logistics of the actual event. I'm sorry Danielle's not here, but I'm assuming, Matt, that you will be communicating with her more about publicity on this event, as I have been as well.
Yeah, and she already has a lot. She has like 2 or 3 eye contacts scheduled. She's been coordinating with you, Sasha, on the postcard. And then we've got it featured on the homepage. And after Thursday, probably later this week, we'll move it up to be like the first thing because there's like a little scrolling news bar. And so we'll move that. The Upper Cougar Creek will go away because the survey will be done. And so we'll move that up to front and center. And what else?
By the way, Vicky, Matt is the city
Oh, nice.
administrator for Sunset Valley, and he's
That's
standing
great.
in for our publicity person.
Yes.
Yeah.
And here's here's like the flyer, and then there's going to be a postcard that gets mailed out to residents, and then this little thing here, and also on the eye contacts, we'll have. Let me drag this over. So this is, and I think Karen, this is what Danielle will also use for Art Fest volunteer.
Yeah.
So
Yep,
this is
that
called
looks
just
familiar.
Sign Me Up Genius. And so
Nice.
here's where residents will be able to, residents and staff and other participants will be able to sign up for their.
Okay,
uh,
that's great. Have you contacted any groups in particular that might want to sign up for a whole an hour? Like maybe Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, any church groups or
Not really.
no? Okay,
It's mainly
I'm wondering.
residents. We don't really have any churches in Sunset Valley.
Okay,
We have the Girl Scout troop, but Julie, I don't know. Second and third graders?
Yeah, they could try. I'm working that day, so I won't be there to manage them, but I was gonna share the thing with my group if that's okay. If you guys think it's appropriate for second and third graders.
With
oh,
super,
definitely. Yeah,
Yeah. I'll definitely share it with my troop. And you know, hopefully I'd want like a parent with each kid, but I think that they might enjoy it, but I'll not be able to go to that one.
yeah, and depending on the day, it may be the people from, well, people on our commission would be there to assist as well. And I understand, Matt, that we will have staff available to assist on Friday, the first day.
Yes, and I think that Friday is really meant for staff because I think the idea was that you wanted staff to also participate. So I
Yeah.
think the idea that Friday staff's already here, whoever wants to sign up for a time slot can, and then staff will help load because Public Works will also be prepping for the Public Works open house. So everything will be stored inside in City Hall over Friday night, and then staff will help it get it all set up for Saturday morning. And then I guess the only thing is, Karen, will you need help getting it set up for Sunday? I don't think we were going to have.
No, I don't think so, Matt. I think Sunday, as long as the boards are, Vicky, they're 6-foot boards, right? Each board 4 by
Yeah.
6. So
Yes.
they'll be stored in City Hall overnight. And
Uh-huh.
you had mentioned I could get a fob to get into City
Yeah.
Hall. And all we need to do is bring the stuff from the council chambers that's being stored out to the patio.
Oh, okay,
I
great.
think we can handle that.
Great. Okay. Yeah. We'll just make sure that you have a fob, and then also too, I was going to see since Barbara is a resident, if she could be kind of the staff liaison there on Sunday. So.
Oh, okay. I plan on being there the whole time anyway.
Okay.
Me too.
I'll be there all day. I'll be there Saturday. I'll probably be, I can be kind of because I'll be kind of going in and out between the open house and, well, no, the mural painting is after open house. So I'll be
After
there
open
for open
house.
house, kind of, milling around, and then I'll stay I'll be the staff person that's there. It's noon to 6, right? Saturday. So I'll be there.
Yep.
I'll need it.
Yeah. And
How are you at painting, Matt?
I'll paint Friday.
Okay.
Maybe I'll paint all 3 days.
You can paint all 3 days. You can paint as much as you want.
And we did hear from the police chief. I made sure to send an email to both the police chief and also Matt, making sure that they understood that staff and officers are wanting or invited. And the police chief was very happy about it and looking forward to it. So that's good that he's informed and on board, as he usually is about art-related things, I would say. So that's really good. Let's see, I was trying to think about others. Oh yeah, so one of the things that we need to talk about, and John, I'll come back to you in
Okay.
1 sec, okay, is just the physical painting and where it occurs and what the best recommendations are about that. I know that there's a preference to do it outside, but I wanted to kind of ask you, Vicky, what your sentiments were about transporting the quasi-finished products indoors at night, et cetera, and any thoughts you might have about that.
Definitely not hard to move the project in. It's nice that you can have it set up inside and leave it set up where you don't have to move in and out as far as logistics of it all. Plus, if it rains, you know, we're gonna have to move in. It's beautiful outside right now, so I mean, it's really gonna be up to you what you feel is best for the project. And like I said, we talked about the logistics of the floor. I would have it taped off with plastic, and that wouldn't be a problem. It's very micromanaged, the whole project. So there's not a lot of like people holding paint and spilling paint and things like that. It's very contained.
So if we did have to do it indoors, we would need some kind of floor covering for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm gonna be prepared to do it indoors or outdoors. And plus, if it's outdoors, I'm gonna still put plastic down because, you know, I don't want anything on the ground at the end there either.
Right.
So do you, will you have plastic with you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So in other words,
So-
we'll be able to be flexible in that regard, depending on that weather. Okay.
Correct. It's just so beautiful outside. I think people are gonna wanna paint outside.
Mhm.
That would
nice.
be, yeah, that's the hope and the ideal, I would say.
Mhm.
I
And
wouldn't
that
count on
area
it
that
though.
was,
Here, you can't count on that though. It could be bloody hot. That I mean, in just
that's true.
2
That's
weeks.
true.
Who knows?
Yeah. Or really, really cold.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
talked with Carolyn, and so we have Plan A and Plan B and Plan C. So Plan A is to do it on the porch, which is covered, weather permitting. If the weather is bad, then the lobby at City Hall would be where we could set up, because she didn't believe that the furniture would be in by then, the new furniture that we're getting. Is that right, Matt?
Yeah, that's correct. And I mean, what we've already ordered is all the stuff is most of the stuff for the back offices and the conference room. So we haven't really bought anything for the lobby yet. And even if it does arrive, we can store it in the conference room, or we can store it in the back offices. So
Okay.
we can make the lobby available for sure. It's for a plan B.
And we would have to cover the floors because it's brand new flooring. We
Yeah,
just
brand new
all
flooring.
over the city.
Yeah, council would not be happy if we got paint on the ground.
That's all down, the flooring?
Yeah,
Yep,
pretty much.
the flooring is down and looks great. I might
Looks
add.
good.
Yeah.
And then Plan C would be, we could set up tents in the front yard, in the courtyard if we needed to do. So we have 3 options, and we're just gonna have to see what the weather looks like, I think.
So
Yep.
should we touch base, Sasha, at least you and I, maybe on Monday, and look at the forecast and kind of make a judgment call as far as where we're gonna set up first?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
And actually, Vicky, you probably don't know, but we have events occurring on Saturday at City Hall that
Okay.
are kind of leading up to the time when we start. So
Okay.
there may be quite a bit of sort of moving around and back and forth, but
Mhm.
in other words, if we're there Friday and there is the Public Works open house is the morning of Saturday, and also there's some kind of an Easter egg hunt, but that's
Mhm.
outdoors anyway, I would imagine. But the Public Works open house will have to be kind of concluded, and then we go back to what we're going to be doing. And so
Mhm.
we'll have to kind of manage the logistics of that. But I suspect that it's not going to be that complicated. And then we need to leave tables out in some area to put items to dry at night, right?
Mhm.
And could you remind me what the tables were required for that?
I need 2 tables for the actual mural, and then I need at least 2 more for me to put my paint and supplies on. And then I'll probably bring a couple of easels to put some other things up. And I think that's all I need. Chairs, you know, in case there's some people that come that need to sit.
Yes.
So is that 4 tables, Vicky?
Correct.
And
8
what
foot,
size, Vicky?
8 foot.
8 foot. Okay.
Yeah.
Karen, we have tons of tables. So the new tables we got the ones that fold up are 6 foot, but we still have a lot of those older 8 foot tables. And I think those would be perfect. 'cause those are-
Okay,
those
as
are
long as we
pretty
have
big
4 of
tables.
those.
Yep,
'cause
we
the
do.
other ones are shorter.
So what I'll
And
do
I'll-
is I'll go ahead and just reserve those off to say, hey, Carolyn, these are for the art event only. Don't use them for open house. The 4, the 8 foot tables. And what we'll do is we'll have those, we can just use some of those green chairs. Or
Okay.
we'll just have some of those, you know, we'll just have some of those out on the porch for anyone.
Okay,
Okay, that's
So
great.
like maybe like 8 chairs. 10 chairs.
I think so. Yeah,
Okay. 8 to 10 chairs.
yeah, I think that's good. It's,
Yeah.
I mean, people really don't sit very much, but you never know who's bringing a child and they need to sit down or an elder something. elderly.
Well, and I'm really hoping that we're going to be able to engage some of our elder residents in this
Yeah.
area.
That would
And
be great.
I was going to ask the police chief to help us out with that because he kind of has a list of everybody who
Mhm.
is more homebound and see if we can get that population out to join us. Which is one reason why we put the photo of the elderly gentleman
Yeah,
painted
I think that's smart.
on the mural. And they would perhaps need to sit as well. So I think that'd be
Mhm,
great.
mhm.
So,
May I say something about that?
for sure.
If you have any homes that are around where the elderly are, a lot of times they're looking for groups and activities to bring them in a bus or a little van or something like that. Maybe someone could reach out to them and just tell them about the program. They could sign up for a time. Another thing is, as you mentioned, is it the same day? I think it's on Friday or Saturday. Is the Easter egg hunt. Is it Friday or Saturday that you're having it?
I couldn't understand what you
Sa-
asked.
Saturday morning. That
Saturday morning?
is, I believe, like 9 to.
Okay. Is there a way that we
9
can
to
make a
12.
sign? Could we make a sign that kind of says interactive mural starting at this time over in this area? Maybe even with the event that you have for the open house, so that people are aware that maybe there's something else that they could do, go and, you know, see if there's a slot or a time frame that they can go over and paint.
I think that's a good idea, Arts Commission. I don't know what you think. I think maybe we could blow up some of these and kind of
yeah.
hang them around, because then people can just sign up with their phone
That's true. Mhm.
for slots later that day. So maybe
Yeah.
we
And
make
Annette-
maybe we make larger ones that don't say March 31st, that just say, you know, today and tomorrow, you know, noon to 6, and then we kind of hang them around, and then people
Mhm.
can sign up.
Is there a way of putting that at the festival as well?
Oh, the festival is going to be after this event.
Oh,
April
okay, got
29th.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay,
Yeah.
all right. Sounds good.
That's a great idea, Vicky, and I'm glad that we can do that. And I think, again, I keep on thinking about this because I am in the older population. There may be people that don't know how to use a QR code that might be there in the morning. So I would think that one of us would need to be present to just say, okay, well, let us help you sign up.
Yeah, yeah.
So that we could not miss out on that or anybody if we
Yeah.
can help it. Because we only have 250 households in Sunset Valley. And so we'd like to optimize the resident participation.
Sure.
And the only group that comes to mind is there's a person who runs, I think, and Matt and Karen, you might know this, but the group home is still open, isn't it? On Stearns?
The foster kids, I believe so.
Yeah, because if she were to choose to bring her kiddos, they're pretty small. But you know, that would be a potential group. That's really the only potential formal group that might be able to come unless Girl Scouts came.
And
Okay.
the chief has a contact for them.
Yes, yeah, they were on my radar I'm hoping that he's going to be willing, and I'm sure he will, to contact both the elderly and also that home to see if they to offer transportation and see if they can come and participate.
So, is it possible we could talk to maybe the art teacher at the elementary, junior high, high school and let them know?
Yeah, we can send the posters over to
Yeah,
him at the elementary school.
okay. That might be a way to
And
get the word out for them to sign up.
And we could get, make sure that Catherine gets them because she's on the PTA.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Oh, that's a great idea. Okay.
All right, I'm taking these notes. So I'm taking these notes for Danielle. So basically we want some of these kind of blown up poster size to hang around the event, the events on Saturday. Poster size.
Yeah,
Saturday and Sunday,
And
actually.
then we want some of these sent over to elementary school, and then also Catherine, and then we also, Danielle and I have the contact information for I think her name is Julia. Anyway, Danielle's got her contact info, the president of the elementary school's PTA.
oh, okay.
Yeah.
Is it possible you could send me that flyer? Because I would love to put that on my Facebook post, just kind of where I'm at and what I'm doing, and let people know.
We can post it on our Facebook too. We can, Kara will have the posters printed, and we just lift some stuff from that to put in Facebook.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute, no,
Wait, who are you talking
Facebook's outside of the city, sorry,
Yeah.
never mind.
Oh,
I
right,
think
you
we'll
are.
be fine with what
Right.
all residents that are coming already for the public works thing and letting Kim know at Sense Valley Elementary.
Did you say you think we'll be fine, John?
Yeah, I think
Okay.
that should be enough people.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be great. I'm excited.
Okay.
I have a question for you, Vicky. The two pieces, are they going to be worked on separately, or will they
No.
be put together with a board or
They're
something?
put together and
holding them?
yeah, I've got something that's gonna brace it in the back part, but they're already drawn off where it's, I'm trying to figure out, that's what I'm trying to figure out. I think I'm gonna have to go ahead and brace them. We need to stay stationary. Let me think this through a little bit more.
Okay,
Because when people are painting, the stroke each side has to correspond with each other. I can't have it together and then shift a little bit and the color shift. So I think what I need to do is with you is put the brace, I'm gonna have the brace bar already ready to install, but I can just put it on and then we can flip it over together and have people paint on it that way. Because it's gonna be flat on the two 8-foot tables.
right. And that same, we'll go through to mount it in May.
I
We'll
have the
go
brace
through,
bars.
we'll go through the front surface, paint the actual painting through the brace, and then our screws or whatever will go into the mortar joints like we had just
Correct.
discussed on the.
And I have 2 different sizes that I've already purchased for the brace on the back. And
Mhm.
for you to decide which one is probably better to do. So I've got 2 different sizes and extra pieces for us to establish for the mounting that I'm gonna bring with us so that we can
Oh,
go ahead
okay.
and figure that out.
All right, great.
Yeah, that's great. And tell us one more thing, Vicky, what about the day of setting up, the day that you arrive? Do we need some, or actually the morning of Friday, that would be, how many people need to help set up?
Well, that's what I was kind of thinking. I have on the schedule arriving Thursday because I don't know if that's still okay with the person I'm staying with. That I arrive Thursday so that I can set up and be prepared. What do you have down?
I think that I arranged for you to stay there as of Thursday.
All right.
I can just double check that. But I
Okay.
think that's what I had agreed on with him.
Because I have done on the schedule that the first event is Friday from 12 to 6, correct?
Friday from 12 to
Yeah.
6. Yes.
Yeah, so I really would love to go ahead and be completely prepared and set up on Thursday, and I can work with y'all's time of arrival, and so that we can logistically, mount the bar on the back to make sure that we flip it over correctly and put it all laid out and the paints and everything. And I don't know if the city hall closes down at a certain time, and we need to be done. So logistically, I need to know that.
So Vicky, you want everything set up on Thursday, right?
Yes.
So, Matt, if I could just get the fob for City Hall from have it from Thursday to Sunday night or Monday morning,
Okay,
is that possible?
yeah, I'm just gonna email Barbara. Just
Okay.
kind of keep her the extra fobs. So I'm just gonna have to tell her that you need a fob.
Thursday, what?
For that
probably-
week.
Yeah, okay. From Thursday to Monday.
Okay,
That way, Vicky, whenever you get here, John and I can for sure come and meet you and help you get that all set up, and Sasha.
Yep.
And then, Friday, it'll all be set up for staff to paint. And Saturday, I think is going to be the busiest day because I think the open house is 9:30 to 12. And I think, that a lot of people come to the Public Works open house because we give away a lot of free stuff. So it gets a lot of attention. I think people just
Really nice.
transition over to the painting.
Well, I'll be there early. We have it set up where it starts at 12, but I'll be there probably about 10. So if kids and people are around and they want to participate, that's great. That's fine. Unless you want it more organized, that's up to you.
No, that's fine.
Okay.
And I was going just to confirm, yeah, I was in touch with Clayton, who is the host, and
Okay.
they're expecting you from the 30th to the 3rd.
Okay, great. Yeah, because it'd be hard to drive home on Sunday evening after everything. So that would be great.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Good. And so we can talk amongst ourselves later about dinner and things like that on Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Setting up and all that. Okay.
Yeah, Thursday's great.
Yeah, great. What other questions or suggestions do you have? And I also asked that of the commission in terms of asking Vicky anything you think we need to clarify.
I have one other thing, Vicky, on the brace. Okay, so we're painting on the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, right?
Mhm.
Yes.
Right.
Then you're leaving on the Monday.
Mhm.
So that brace is going to be in place for the painting, but then how do you transport it back home all together? Do you have?
Well, the
Or
brace
does
would
it have
be screwed in, so
Okay.
so we'll unscrew it to take it home, and then I'll fine tune it, and also I have to have a couple of coats of that varnish on, and it's
Right.
got to cure for a while.
Okay.
So I need a schedule with you coming back. What's a good time for you? At least a month, I would say, because I'm going to give it in between the varnishes at least a week or more, because I really want it to harden and then do it again.
Yeah.
We
Okay.
may have to be after Art Fest, so we will
Yeah.
probably need a week of recovery at least after that.
Yeah. We
How
were
about we
thinking,
Mid-May?
schedule in May? Yeah,
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
that's a good time. And then that
That's
gives
what we
me
were
time to finish. Okay.
yeah, we
And
were
then we
thinking,
can work out. Okay, that sounds good.
So by the time you leave on the Monday after it's been painted here, that paint would be dry.
Oh, yeah, it cures. It's acrylic.
Yeah.
And within 24 hours, it'll definitely cure a lot more. But it's a very fast drying paint.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm excited.
Me
Yeah.
too. I'm really, really excited. This is a great piece. And I'm blessed that y'all allowed me to do this with you and participate. It's a joy to be able to work with the public and especially with other fellow artists. And the more artists that we have that contributes and paints on it, the better. And if we only have a couple each time that, painting on it, that's fine. If we have 15 or so, then that's great. We'll have a great time no matter what.
That's great.
Okay.
So exciting. Looking forward to it.
Yes. And you have any other questions for me?
I'm not sure. Commission members, anything else we want to find out from Vicki before she rings off?
I don't have a question for Vicky, but with the sign up though, I just want to make sure. It looks like there's like a ton of slots, and so I want to make sure it's clear to people that they can sign up for multiple slots. So
Oh yeah.
whether that can be with the Sign Up Genius, you can put it at the top.
Okay.
And let people know that they can sign up for multiple slots if they like.
That's
And-
great.
Yeah,
point.
so we kind of want to add some more info here.
Yeah, well, I just, otherwise, if you're just looking at it, so people don't think, oh no, well, I'd like to paint more than just the one time.
Gotcha.
Because I don't think we're I don't think we're going to run out. I don't think it's going to be there's going to be an issue of
I
the
don't either.
slots filling up. More of the issue is going to be we get way too many extra slots. So, if people just making that clear, and then also on the card, the QR code is a little more technical. It's some people may not. They may just see it and not know what to do.
Exactly.
I don't know if you can also have do a shorter do the shorter web link for go to this website and use one of the is it Bitly or one of the ones that shorten the
Yeah,
your-
Bitly.
yeah, so that you don't obviously they can't type all no one's going to type all that in. But if you do something short and say go to this link or scan this QR code, just so that you give people another option for how to sign up.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
other
good
thing
idea.
that I think I encouraged Danielle somewhere to make clear that people can also just call us if they want to ride or if they need to sign up, because they may not know how to do either one of those things.
so if you need to put a phone number on there as well, yeah, just
Yeah.
or because people are going to be looking at it in different ways. And
Absolutely.
some people who look at a QR code may say, well, I don't know what to do with this, so I'm not going to sign up, or
Yeah.
I think you're exactly right. Yeah. So I was hoping that in our publicity that we were able to kind of make sure to make things accessible to all populations.
right. And to make it clear here, because there's no information that this is family friendly. And I don't know if Vicky, if there is a minimum age that you would say, like, I mean, can you have
No, because you have to realize that my piece is impressionistic, and the more layers of color that come through, the more beautiful it is.
okay.
So one person, I may have a 2-year-old come over and paint a section of color, and another kid come in the next hour and do another layer on top of glazing or stuff. And that's what makes it so beautiful. So
Okay, perfect.
yeah, we're fine.
Well, then maybe on here, make it clear that this is open for anyone from 2 to 92 or something,
Yeah.
I don't know. Just so it's clear that all ages, I mean, not by just all ages, like if you're saying a toddler can do it, can dab on some paint in a
Yeah.
spot, and that would be cool then.
Yeah, when they're smaller, we're gonna have parents have to be with them to,
Yes,
do their
have
spots.
control.
Yeah.
I think another thing that should be added on there is that this is water-based paint.
That's true.
So parents don't have to worry about their kids' clothing.
That's good.
Well,
to know. Yeah.
the thing is this paint, even though it's water based, it dries so quickly and it will be permanent on the clothing by the time they get home. If they washed it off immediately, then that's different, but I'm not monitoring all that. It's best if they came, like, I've got smocks. So, you know, they could put on
Okay.
an old shirts and stuff that I bring.
All right, that's a great idea.
Oh,
So
great.
they'll have that option.
Yay. Yeah, all good points, Kara. I appreciate you doing those. And Matt, I hope that you were able to get good notes on that so we can be
Yes.
sure to transmit to
Yes,
Dan.
I've got notes that will basically probably definitely more information here. And then I think some additional information on here at the bottom. About
Yes.
we'll create a bit.ly. And we'll put probably put the public works phone number, because now we've got a phone tree for the main number. And then they can talk. Well, I don't know. I'll figure out what number we want to put.
Yeah, we may want to put, I guess we better check with the chief, but it may be that they would say, yeah, we'd be happy to transport people that need transportation.
I don't want to put the police department's number.
Yeah. I'd be happy to transport people.
Me too. Yeah, that's.
I'm just
so-
trying to see I'm trying to think what number would be best. I'll just put my work cell phone number and then people.
Or
Yeah.
should-
Well, I just wondered if our numbers would be best, you know, like my phone number or Karen's phone number.
You all tell me what phone number you want. And it can also be my work cell as well. And then I can, because I checked the arts email. So we can put a bit.ly, the arts email, and then whatever phone number you guys think would be best.
I have one thing to add. I noticed my name, it's Vicki McMillan Hayes,
Dash Hayes.
Hayes. And if they want to know a little bit more about me, my website is vickymcmillan-hayes.com.
Yeah, we'll put your website on there. Thank you.
Dash Hayes.
Got it.
I go by Vicki Hayes, but the art world knows me from,
McMillan.
yeah.
Okay.
All
So
right.
in terms of the phone number, I'm not really sure, Matt. I'm not sure what the correct.
I mean, do you think the
Protocol
phone number,
would be-
if we're trying to get people of all ages, people like, there's a certain population that likes phone number compared to email or internet sign up. So we need to decide on, and I'm just saying that the city's main line now, well, we'll just put the city's main line because, yeah.
And
It
maybe
just, now we have, I don't know
the-
if anyone's called the 892-1383, but we now have a phone tree, which I know some residents probably aren't happy about, but it was time to get one. So.
Yeah, I heard it. Yeah, so I guess if we just have it come to the city, then you'll make sure that we get it if some
Yes.
of us need to transport.
Yes.
Okay. Excellent.
Matt, so you got that note about the smocks available, right?
I didn't know, but so do we want that on this? We want that here on the site,
Somewhere,
Virginia.
somewhere, because I just don't want kids' clothes getting ruined, and I have a bad memory of what happened.
Well, should we also probably, should we just say, please wear,
wear your paint clothes.
Yeah,
wear your paint clothes, wear appropriate clothing.
there you
Some
go.
smocks available or something like that, or smocks available, right?
Yeah, that should go on the Sign Up Genius. That doesn't need to be
Right.
like on the.
That doesn't need to be on the publicity. It just, it goes
Correct.
No.
on here. So we've got family friendly, all ages, wear paint friendly clothes, smocks available.
Yeah, we don't really, well, I don't know.
Oh, and the main thing is too that you can sign up for multiple times. You're not
Yes.
limited to one
Yeah.
time.
And are we going to have snacks available?
Well, that was on our agenda as something to discuss. Whether or
Maybe
not.
water,
Yeah,
maybe. I think that's probably all we need because they're not going to be there very long and they leave and the next group comes
Okay.
unless you want to.
yeah, did commission members, did you have any thoughts about providing anything to Nashon beyond water?
I think people are coming and going. I don't think we need to have food there, but
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And in terms of water, do we need to buy water or is there a new, oh yeah, that's from, I'm thinking back to what Michelle was talking about, the hydration station. Do we have a water source in the city hall?
I don't know if the new water fountain will be installed yet, so probably not. So
I think we just need to get
we will
bottled
just have to get water bottles.
Yeah.
And we can just there's a
Okay.
bunch of PD. We'll have water. We'll have water. We'll
Oh, you
probably get
will?
a bunch of water for all the events that weekend. So we'll just go to Sam's and get a bunch of water.
Oh, beautiful.
Okay.
And we'll have recycling bins outside too. So.
Yay. All right. Boy, you make things easy, Matt. Okay, good. Any other questions or comments for Vicky or from Vicky? No? Okay. Well, it's exciting. We're looking forward to it. I think it's going to be really good. And thanks for your good suggestions, everyone, and Kara for your refinement on those things related to family-friendly, broad, bring your kids, sign up for more than one slot. Okay. So
Well,
Vicky,
thank you.
you're welcome to stay or you're welcome to go, but we appreciate you having been here today.
Well,
And-
thank you. I'm gonna go work on the mural actually. So
Yay.
talk to you soon. All right,
Okay,
bye-bye.
Thanks a
Bye,
lot.
Vicky.
Bye.
Thank you,
Bye.
Vicky.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right. Good job, everybody. So it is 2:27 and we're going to be timely. We don't have that much more to do. We don't need to look at number 7 because we already dealt with that. And number 8, I had been in touch with Supriya and she was going to be able to give us a little update on the Austin studio tour, but she got in touch with me just before she left for vacation and said she didn't really have enough information available at this time to make a report, but that she would have it for next time. So I'm not sure that we are able to vote on creating a proposal at this point because we're not really sure how many artists might be involved. Some of that had to do with square footage in City Hall and she and John together figuring out how many artists could be there. So any comments from you, John, about that, or from you, Karen, since you know a lot about the tour in general?
Well, I think we just need to table this agenda item to the next meeting, which would then put it at the top of the agenda for the next meeting.
Yeah.
And then in the meantime, John and I can get with Supriya. I can help her with figuring out like a proposed budget, and she and John can work on how many people could fit.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you because
I was kind of waiting till the flooring was down. I'd like to go to my tape measure and kind of study that just a little bit, you know.
well, and it's down now, right? So you could do it in the next few days. I think Supriya will be back by the end of the week.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe she can join me and we'll just talk about it.
Yeah, that
It
sounds
sounded
great.
like from her that we could have different sizes. And that's what I was kind of hoping we could kind of figure out.
Different sizes of spaces for people to
Yeah,
use.
somebody may actually want to set up a booth. Other people might could just, all they need is a table or, you know, they could be in a smaller space.
Okay.
So if we
Great.
find some little kind of nooks or whatever that work better for that.
Okay. All right, so we'll have that at the top of our agenda for the next meeting and
Okay.
start allocating some general funds to that, hopefully, to pay for the registrations, etc. Well, write a proposal about that first for City Council to look at. So we'll be back to that next month. The Sunset Valley Artists Meet and Greet, I just put that there because I wanted to it shouldn't say plan and discuss. That's an error in my agenda for some reason. I thought I had taken that out. It was more that we were going to just have a little report about that. And I can just say that I was there and I found it enjoyable. Sorry you didn't make it, Kara, but I think it was a group of 9. And I think good conversations were had, and Karen did her usual outstanding job of talking about possibilities in the future. And everybody was quite engaged, I thought. And, I think it was a good meeting and a good first meeting, and I think we should have more meetings of that nature. And Karen or John, since you were both there, did you want to comment on anything related to that meeting?
I thought it was really fun, and I learned, I've known Tammy West was an artist and been to some of her art shows. And I learned some other things that she does that I wasn't aware of. And then I learned, just what other people did more in depth, like fiber art and, what people were working on currently and some of the stuff Terry Cowan's doing with his drawing class. So it's really, I think, a good exchange of ideas and information.
Yeah.
I thought so too. Yeah. Yeah. So I think we should do it again.
I do too.
Yeah.
So it was, it was a beginning meeting, and I think it went very well. So I'm glad we did it. And people seem to be excited. And it was interesting to the discussion that kind of stuck with me was thinking about Tammy and her outdoor art installations. And if we do end up doing something at Upper Cougar Creek or in the uplands, how exciting would be to have her do some of her installations there, because she does very cool, environmentally focused installations that have to do with conservation and preservation and all those good things.
I
So-
actually sent her the link to her website showing the kinds of environmental art that she does to the Men Collective who are working on the Upper Cougar Creek design.
You did send it to her.
I
Send
did.
it to them. Yeah, that's great. Good. Yeah. So anyway, I think that all went well, and hopefully we'll do it again soon. And I don't know if there was any city staff reporting. I'm not sure. I left that in because I didn't know if there was any news that we needed to hear from you, Matt, about anything that's happening right now that the Arts Commission should know about.
I'll mention two things. One is just kind of piggybacking off what y'all were just talking about potential public art pieces. Really excited to have the mural that'll be in the city facilities. There's these, potential other opportunities with either the Upper Cougar Creek Park or the, hopefully future Uplands Park. Another another opportunity that's not necessarily on city-owned property, but it is a park that is being built by a developer. It was kind of part of the deal that they got for as a part of their package deal for the variance, is at 4715 South Lamar, right? So WellMed is going in where the restaurant was, and you all have probably seen, there by Stout House, you all have probably seen the remodel happening. And so as a part of that, the developers are, that is not what I wanted to show, but this is the entire site, right? And so the developers are putting in a pocket park. And let me get a better view. So again, this is going to be at the, this is going to be down here. So, excuse me. So this kind of area right here is going to be developed. It's going to be much nicer. There's going to be some trails. There's going to be some landscaping. And let me see if I can find their mock-up.
So it's that area there and not the area that's to the left on the screen?
Yeah, it's not here. It's here. So
Okay.
this area here will be developed. They're calling it a pocket park. Here's kind of here's the plan. So there's going to be a trail. Again, lands, there's some existing trees, but there's going to be more trees and landscaping planted. And then they have this it just says future art installation by city. And then there's also a wall. So there's going to be a wall here, and this wall will, you know, the bus barn is behind it, and then there's going to be this right here. That's just kind of right now. It's just going to be a kind of a circular decomposed granite pad, but
Hmm.
there's another spot for a potential future art piece. So
Yeah.
just wanted to throw that out there. And then what else was I going to talk about? Oh, and I've already talked to Karen about this. So with the remodels, there's two, and the commission's already talked about potentially having kind of a blank canvas behind where the new water fountain will be installed. And City Hall is currently, you know, undergoing the remodel after the December or the Christmas Eve flood. But we're taking the opportunity to do some not only repairs but some remodel, remodeling of that we wanted to do anyways. In addition to there's going to be kind of a blank canvas, so to speak, behind the water fountain. We'd love to see an art piece go there. And I think, Karen, from our last conversation, the commission kind of wants to maybe feature some Sunset Valley fauna, right? Some animals, wildlife, since the mural is really kind of featuring more of like the trails and trees. Also, there's going to be all new panels, soundproofing panels, hung up all over the council chambers to help with. We had an acoustic specialist come in, and we had some existing panels, so they took those down, kind of recovered them, and then we got a lot more panels, and there'll be panels way up higher, hanging closer to the roof. There's going to be panels way up above, but then there's also going to be smaller panels that are, I think they're like 2 by 4 feet canvas panels. 2 by 4, yeah, 2 by 4 panels, and they're basically white. They're basically white canvas. They're literally blank canvases. So Carolyn and I were talking. We think it would be great to have some of our Sunset Valley artists, you know, with art. You know, it would need to be art, again, vetted by the commission and ultimately council. But we think that would, I mean, literally, we're going to have blank canvases, you know, hanging up in City Hall. So what better way than just to feature some of our local artists? And, you know, there should be some sort of compensation too for that, I think. But I think that's something for the commission to talk about for projects for next year, for next fiscal year.
Oh,
What do you
yeah.
guys think?
Yeah, that's a great idea. On the water fountain wall, I think it was at our last meeting, when we were looking at or maybe it was the first meeting, we saw Vicky's options. One was for the trail, and the other one had more like dragonflies and birds from the area and stuff. So one of the things that I think we discussed then was perhaps, you know, rather than trying to get all those little animals into the trail one that we picked, is taking some of that idea and doing that on the wall around the water fountain. So I think that's still a great idea.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, well, it looks like there are a lot of good opportunities for us to fill art in the area. So I think that's pretty exciting. And we'll have to keep those on our radar. I'm not sure I understand conceptually what the blank canvases look like in the City Hall. I'd have to, I mean, as you said that, Matt, I'm thinking about some things hanging from strings off the ceiling in the middle of the room. So I would need to know where they were located and stuff.
Yeah, we
wrap my
weren't
head
necessarily
around.
thinking of those because those would be up so high up, no one could really see them well. Although I do think, because there's the walls are now white, these panels are white, I do think we just need some of the
Color.
panels. I think should just be just like a solid color, right? Just to add some color into the room. But I was thinking the 2 by 4 panels, and two of them actually are going to be already come with the city logo on it, but some of the other ones that hang more eye level around the room, I think those would be great opportunities to actually display some.
Yeah,
They're
So,
up
but
at
I
City Hall
think it
now.
would make more sense once the council chamber is complete, then you can come in and see, oh, okay, these are the ones he's talking about.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're on site, but they haven't been hung yet. They're like on a 2-inch piece of wood framed with the cloth in the front, and then they hang on the wall, not from the ceiling.
Yeah, that's what I was
Well-
figuring.
Well, some hang from the ceiling.
Is
Oh,
it
they-
really?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
backwards?
actually they're up, I think they're up right now, so.
So when
Oh.
you say the hang from the ceiling, are you literally saying that they are just dangling from the ceiling?
Yeah, but not like super far down, they're like pretty far up there.
Interesting,
Yeah,
interesting.
they just wanted to add more. He said that, we had a few on the walls before, but the acoustics guy was like, he's like, you need a lot more to actually make a difference with the echo.
Cool. Well,
Hmm.
that does sound like quite an opportunity. Okay, great. Anything else in terms of staff reporting, Matt?
Nothing from me. Oh,
And
well,
what's-
I guess, I've been talking about this I feel like for a while. But maybe we can actually implement it this year is just to put well, this would actually be something good to discuss at the next 2 meetings, because we'll be posting, I'll be working with Danielle, we'll be posting the hot fund applications soon, right? Because those are due May 31st.
Yep,
And so last year, what ended up happening is the hot fund application was like actually never on the website. So we've got to do that and make sure it's available, to anyone that wants to apply. But what I'd really like to see this year is where the Arts Commission doesn't necessarily have to apply, since Art Fest is really the city's signature event for hot funds. I would like to see like the Arts Commission be kind of removed from the process and see if I don't know. I've got to kind of talk to the mayor and Kyle about how this would work, if because it's an annual budget. So I don't know if council could approve, oh, we're going to fund the next 5. I just don't know how that works, since we approve a budget annually. Can one council commit to funding 5 art fests, right? Let's say, although I do think we have enough in the reserves, maybe. But anyways, well, I would like to at least remove the commission from having to be a part of that application process that's really, to me, for people that aren't necessarily the city, right?
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that Arts Commission is kind of, well, we want to put on Art Fest every year, and we want to make that commitment, or at least for the next 5 years, or what, and then whatever left over, that's the money that's then allocated out to the grants for applicants. So I'd like to finally make that happen this year. So
that
That's
would be
something-
amazing.
Yeah, Matt, Sylvia and I started working on that, and she had kind of somehow figured out where there was like each year that amount, like a dollar amount, was set aside with an incremental amount each year for Art
right,
Fest.
because costs go up every year. So
Yeah, yeah. So that would be fabulous if we could do that, so that we're not just, biting our nails. Do we get enough, do we get approved for funding each year? Which we've been going through the same process for 15 years
Yeah.
to get funding for Art Fest, when it is a city signature event. And, if we could just say, okay, this much is allocated to Art Fest each year out of the hot fund, then the rest goes, anybody can apply for it. That would be fabulous.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
well,
think so too.
I'll talk to. Did you and Sylvia happen to do any documentation, or it was just kind of talking about it?
We talked about it, and she had some kind of a worksheet that showed something, and I don't know if it was in Open Town Hall or where she did the worksheet, but
Okay.
she didn't give me a copy of it. It was just when we were having a meeting. She was
Okay.
like, it could look like this.
Okay. Well, because I know when she was at I think Aransas Pass had a kind of an annual event. I'm trying to
Shrimpery.
think of another I mean, besides Austin, obviously, but I'm trying to think of another smaller city, you know, kind of more like our size that has like an annual event.
Well, like, I think Hempstead has the Watermelon Festival.
Watermelon Festival.
Georgetown
You
has
know,
the
I mean,
coffee
I
festival.
can't imagine that they, you know, those are so, you know, and you know, a part of those, you know, those cities' cultures. I can't imagine they have to apply every year to get, you know, to get funded.
Dripping Springs has their
Settlers.
Frontier Day or
Okay.
something like that. I can't remember. What it's called.
I'll give them. We have a few contacts over there, so I'll reach out to Dripping Springs just to see how they kind of.
And Kara, the reason
It's
this
called
discussion,
Founder's Day.
Okay.
yeah, that's right. Kara, the reason this discussion comes up is so the hot funds money is a pot, right? And we have to apply for it every year against people like a fun run or a diabetes walk or whatever. And the intention is to make this so that it comes out off the top, and then whatever else is able to be applied for can be applied for. Because it's kind of weird that we have to continuously reapply for something that is a significant event. So just FYI on that.
And Matt, the mayor was in favor of doing just that
Yes.
last I talked with him.
So maybe that'll be out, and we're doing kind of a preliminary budget presentation with a draft budget on April 18th to the council, and then the council will meet with the Budget and Finance Committee on April 27th. So maybe as a part of that presentation, we'll pitch that in the mayor's budget this year, we're going to recommend that Art Fest is just built into the budget as opposed to the Arts Commission having to apply. So
That would be fabulous.
let me
Yeah.
talk to Mark about that. But yeah, last time I talked to him, I know he was in favor of doing it.
Okay, excellent. All good news. Thank you, Matt. And it is a pleasure to have you back again.
Thanks.
You know, I love working with you. So any new business for the next meeting that we need to add in? We'll put on our agenda. I think we've got a lot of business going on, especially Mural and Art Fest. And so I'm sure that we'll be in touch with each other a lot between now and when that occurs, or those events occur. So I think we're in good shape for this meeting. And if somebody wants to, well, let me see, are there any more commentaries that we need to, or things that we need to discuss during this meeting, or questions that are pending?
I think our next meeting, we should just do after action on the mural and next steps, and then dedicate the majority of the meeting to Art Fest and reviewing where we are on volunteers and everything.
Oh yeah, because we do have time to have another meeting before Art Fest.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it'll be the only one before Art Fest, but we'll have
Right.
finished the community mural by then.
Yes, yeah. Okay, great.
And who will I be getting?
That'll be April 11th, right? Looking at my calendar.
I have to look. It will be the Tuesday.
April 11th.
Yeah.
Great. And Kara, what were you saying?
Yeah, who will I be? Who do I need to get information from in regards to like the Instagram, Facebook, the Art Fest pages for posting stuff?
I'll work with you.
All right, sounds good.
And I'll put a whole schedule together for, who we can feature and, watercolors versus jewelers versus, we tried to mix it up last year. So
Right.
I'll put that all together before the April 1st deadline. And then once I'll be working with Danielle when she's back to update the website. We do that usually once we know who the musicians are going to be. We get that TCA grant final go ahead. Then we start producing all that stuff, and I'll just make sure you're in that loop, Kara.
Okay, that'd be great.
That's great. Thank you. Thank you, everyone, for all your hard work and future hard work and your participation today. And I think with that, if we have a motion to adjourn, I will entertain it.
So moved.
Oh, okay. And I've got a second there, so we're in good shape. All right. Well, thank you all very much, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks,
Okay.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye, everybody. Thank you.
Thanks, Matt.
Take care.
Bye-bye. Thank you.